We are now 2 weeks away from the federal Liberal government's budget for 2024. Now, since they announced they would be unveiling the budget, we have seen fiscal and policy experts weighing in on what Canadians can expect, everything from housing to affordability measures right now. There is a growing fiscal divide between Canadians, which Angus Reid Institute has been tracking. Joining us with some more perspective is Shachi Kurl. She's president of the Angus Reid Institute. Shachi, it's great to see you. And I guess, these moments, especially when we're already running deficits, we know it's not going to be a balanced budget, are political opportunities, I suppose, and the Liberal government's likely taking the temperature of Canadians in advance of the budget. What is your data telling you right now?
So many things, John, but it really comes down to one thing. It's continuing pain around affordability and the cost of living, particularly for middle to lower income earners in this country who are increasingly of the view that that the years ahead, particularly the year ahead, is going to be worse for them than it is better. So two things are starting to happen in terms of Canadians' own personal financial outlooks. If you look at Canadians in one of four boxes, they're either struggling, these tend to be lower income Canadians who are younger and just having a really hard time with even the basics around cost of housing, meeting rent. Most of them are actually not in a position to be paying a mortgage right now. They're in one bucket. You've got the uncomfortable, you've got the comfortable, and then finally on the other end, you've got the thriving. Tend to be older Canadians, people who are not dealing with housing debt anymore. They may also be feeling the pinch of cost of living issues, but they're also able to benefit from the savings rates these days being offered with high interest rates. So it costs more to borrow, but you get more back saving. Through that continuum, the thriving and the comfortable are more likely to say that next year is going to be a great year for them fiscally. The uncomfortable and the struggling are more likely to say that next year for them is going to be even tougher. So we're starting to see that divide really starting to open up. And we are finding, as we listen to the Prime Minister, his announcements, everything that Ottawa is running around and announcing ahead of this budget, are measures that they believe both politically and financially will resonate with those who are in that uncomfortable or struggling box.
So I wonder then, Shachi, because you've got on a provincial level, even, more conservative governments that have been struggling with balancing the books, just as a comparison.
Exactly.
One of the things the economists keep saying to us is they're okay with money being spent so long as there's kind of a return on investment roadmap that makes sense for Canada's economy over the long term. Because whether it's at the federal government level or at the provincial government level, you've heard a lot of politicians asking the Bank of Canada to cut interest rates. And then you've heard the Bank of Canada itself saying to governments, please spend less. It's creating inflation challenges for us.
Absolutely. And then you pile on top of that, the cri de coeur that you heard from the Bank of Canada was it last week talking about productivity and low productivity rates. And so, insofar as the way that deficit spending used to be a massive issue, think back to 30 years ago, when Canada's own credit ratings were downgraded. You had the famous, for the ages, Paul Martin as finance minister, hell or high water speech. These are not those days. And right now, I think you see a federal government, although we're also seeing it in various ways across many provinces, including, you mentioned, the amount of red ink that the Ford government has just announced that they will be spilling per last week's budget. You've got governments at different levels, whether it's provincial or Ottawa, the federal government, looking for ways to spend that money to attempt to alleviate the one tension point and the one pain point that Canadians are repeatedly identifying, and that's make my cost of living more affordable to me. Of course, the challenge is how do you dig your way out of that? And once people do start to feel some of that tension ease, What are we going to do? Are we going to start seeing governments turning off the taps on a number of different relief items? Where does it all go? I don't know. Let's find out.